Which devil fruit is the best devil fruit in all of BloxFruits? I actually already have a video for that. You can check it out on the channel. The thumbnail is on the video right now. That's actually not what we're doing today. That was a terrible way to start the video. I am going to rank every single devil fruit in a tier list so we can decide which ones are the best. I'm going to tell you why they are on the list. And just to be perfectly clear, one, these are my opinions, so feel free to disagree or agree in the comment section down below. While you're there, leave a like on today's video, it helps me out. And number two is I'm ranking them based on their, like, farm ability, like using them to farm, using them for PvP, like just general use, all-round use. Best example being, like, the dragon is a pretty good fruit for PvP, but it's trash for grinding, so obviously it's not going to be the rank 1 fruit. But with that out of the way, guys, I'm just gonna hang out here while I do it because I need to awaken my ice fruit because obviously I need to become a swordsman in one of my next videos, which is very exciting. Here we are on the old tier list maker. Now, I know my last tier list video, I mean, it did good. It did good in the end. It didn't grow very quickly, but it grew consistently. That was game passes. I understand. You guys don't really care about game passes because a lot of you don't own them. But when it comes to devil fruit, well, that is a different story altogether. So, again, we're ranking these. I've decided. I'm going to rank these on PvE, or player versus monster, or grinding, PvP, and just how cool the fruit is, because we gotta talk about how cool the fruit is. It looks like up first is the ice fruit. Now, this should be a very obvious one. Great for farming. Great for devil fruit farming as well, actually. Great for PvP, especially if you want to be a swordsman. I'm going to slap ice right up there in the S. And then up next is bomb. I'm fairly certain that bomb is the bad one. And spring is sometimes used by swordsmen. But I can't confirm that. Up next is dark. It's pretty good pre-awakening. Actually, it's not very good pre-awakening. I don't like using it. But once it's awakened, it has a lot of stuns. It's good for grinding. It's good for PvP. I would probably put it there, but it probably does belong in the S tier. This is the Rumble fruit. I actually couldn't remember what it was. A lot of people love Rumble. I mean, you awaken Rumble so you can unlock Pole version 2. I don't know about Rumble for, like, grinding and that, because it kind of moves very, very slow. It doesn't have fly, just like Dark, actually. But Rumble even less so. I see a lot more dark and ice PvPs there. I'm going to put Rumble in A. I know that could upset some people. Spring is going into C because I know that some swordsmen use that fruit. String is really good once it's awakened. I think I'm going to throw it into A. Flame is very muchly the same. I think I'm going to throw that into A as well. What fruit is this? What is this fruit? Of course, this is the spike fruit. That can go into D. I wouldn't even second guess it. I have heard that some people use... I don't think people use Chop as much as, like, say I've heard people use Spring. Chop's gonna go into D as well. Up next is Smoke. I'm actually a little bit disappointed. I was really hoping that Smoke was gonna get an awakening in Update 15, and I mean, it still could, but it's looking a lot less likely. I'm gonna throw Smoke into C because I've never really seen anyone use it very effectively. Sand, on the other hand, I feel like this does have a bit of potential and belongs in the B category. Rubber is the same. I'm going to throw Rubber into B. I played as Luffy. It's really not a bad fruit. I think it just needs gear 3rd to really sort of like get it up there as an amazing fruit. Light, obviously, great for grinding. If you're good with it, great for PvP. That's going to go into S. I have no experience with Barrier. Man, okay, so I just had a little bit of a look at Barrier. And it looks like Barrier actually has a little bit of potential as a swordsman fruit, which is very interesting. So I'm gonna put it in... I don't know if I should put it in A or B, but it has raid use. It's definitely not as good as like Flame, String, and Rumble. Maybe I'll put it in B, but I feel like it's between B and A. I feel like it's like B+. It's definitely a decent fruit. Magma, again, is sort of up there. I'm gonna throw that into A. That's an easy one. Quake is really good in PvP. Like, it cannot be understated how useful Quake is in PvP once it's awakened. But for grinding, it's really sort of not there, so I'm going to throw it into A. But again, I think that's an A+ fruit. Just like how I think Rumble and Flame are A+ fruits, especially once they're awakened. Buddha is just like the most useful fruit in the world if you want to farm fragments. I do genuinely believe that Buddha is S tier, especially with the awakening. Basically, if you're having a hard time getting fragments, instead of worrying about doing the raid for, say, flame because you want to awaken flame, find the Buddha fruit, get the Buddha fruit, farm raids for other people as their tank, build up heaps of fragments, and then just do 4 flame raids or 4 dark or 4 ice, and you can buy the upgrade every single time. It's a very effective strategy, and that's why you do see so many players you're running as Buddha so that they can get into a lot of raids. Phoenix really needs a buff. I'm going to throw it into B. Enough can be said there. That's why I'm a member of the Buff Phoenix crew. If you'd like to join, get a really high bounty and contact me. Up next is Pour. I don't have a lot of experience with Pour and Gravity. I don't see them being used very often. I have a feeling that maybe Pour is used with guns or swords. I'm not 100% sure. But I have seen it used to solo raids, so it definitely has some, like, niche use, that's for sure. I could be wrong, but I think this is a B+ fruit. I think it could very well be an A fruit in the right hands, but so could any fruit in the right hands. Gravity is exactly the same. I think it's actually here. It's, like, in between the two of them. Very, very good, but also it's not useful anywhere and everywhere. That's sort of what I'm going. Dough is awesome. I love dough. I used it the other day a little bit. I do like dough. Definitely, I think it's A+ as well. Some people are going to be angry about this because if you're good with dough, you can be S tier with it. But I just don't know. I don't know if I should put it in the S tier. I feel like I'd be... You know, I'm not going to put Dragon in S tier. Dragon's going to go in A because it's terrible for grinding. Dough is better than Dragon for grinding. You know, I think dough is like closer to S tier than Dragon is a lot of the time. And then Control, if you're good with Control, I think it's awesome. Although, but it's terrible for grinding. Okay. Buddha is good for, it's okay for PvP if you use the Buddha glitch. And it's good for raid fragments. That's why it's S tier. Good for raiding, good for PvP, good for farming, raiding PvP farming, raiding PvP farming. That's why they're all S tier. I don't know. Control could really, it's terrible for grinding. But it's such a good fruit to PvP with if you're strong with it. I think I've made a lot of people angry in today's video with my tier maker list. Please don't bully me in the comment section down below, guys. I put a lot of effort into thinking about this. I did some reading. I did some research before I started recording. And then even after all that hard work, I've still made a lot of people angry. Alrighty, guys. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like. Comment down below if you agree or disagree. Tell me where else you would have put your fruits. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell to never miss an upload, and I will see you all tomorrow with another video.